bop. Beep, boop, 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 bop. Robot. Yeah. Boop, bop, beep. Boop. Somebody get in here so I can stop beep, boop, bop. So I'm just gonna start the recording. I hope that doesn't break anything. Gonna hope the recording works fine. Somebody better get in here. I need to celebrate the beep boop bop. Well, while you do that, okay, let's see if this works. Yes, it works. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Overly Spiteful. Good morning, Enzo Tiso. Good morning, Cami. Good morning, Good morning, Imen Serhino. Good morning, Recorrido Lol. Good morning, Sam. Oh wait, that's Sam's bot. Sam doesn't exist anymore. It's been too long. Good morning, Fusion. Good morning, Emilio. Good morning, Jazzy. Good morning, Zenist. And no more good mornings. Good morning, everybody. So yeah, see the title? Finally, after all these years, we about to VG some myths. So you might be wondering, Game Champ, Gamer Champ, your hands though, are your hands better? You have hands now? Now you can hands? I can't hands. My hands still suck. I hate them. I've been thinking I'm just gonna give up on hands forever. Feet though, I got me some feet. And thanks to somebody on Twitter, thanks to somebody on I was asking about, hey, are there any adapters for like 360 to Wii U or anything like that for controllers? Because I've got this arcade fight stick, which I've been playing stuff with my feet with. And they told me, oh yeah, there's this thing you can use. It's not an adapter exactly, but there's this homebrew program, which the homebrew program makes it that you can there are a few controllers that you can just plug into USB slots on your Wii U, and it will just make it work. You just run the program and press a few buttons, and it just makes that controller work on the Wii U just by plugging it in USB. And then the really cool... So this fight stick, unfortunately, does not work on the Wii U out of the box when I tried it with that program. It is an unsupported controller. I assume for reasons that are pretty clear when you read the FAQ. I think that's probably why. But there's an extra thing that program lets you do. That program lets you... Any computer that you have on your home network, you run a program on it, which is a network tie-in program to this homebrew program on the Wii U, which lets basically any controller that you plug into your computer, you can get working on your Wii U through use of the network client. I was worried it'd be a terrible setup. It was not. Check this out. See all the moving around on the boxes? On the boxes? This is feet. This is my left foot doing all this. I don't even need hands. I can play Wii U without hands. The reason that is important is because I'm really big on playing official releases of games for VG Myths. I don't want to just emulate the game on my PC if it's on a console that's easy to emulate, because that's not an official release on official hardware. And I feel for the sanctity of the challenge run, it's got to be an official release of the game on official hardware. I'm definitely asterisking a bit, but Final Fantasy was officially released on Wii U Virtual Console. Exclusively in Japan. So I very above boardly, there's a board, and I was above that board the entire time, installed the official Japanese release of Final Fantasy NES onto my American Wii U. Don't ask me how I did it while being above the board, because I swear to you, under threat of being lame, that I was really above that board for a very long time. So, but the long story short of it is, Final Fantasy for NES, guess what? Here, watch this. Watch what happens when I play Kirby's Adventure for NES. It's gonna be amazing. I hadn't factored in that booting up the game actually takes a while. Okay, check this out. Check this out. Do you see the part where I'm kind of sucking? Do you see the part where this is really dumb and bad and I can barely move? I'm not good at playing action games with my feet. But there's a secret. There's a secret to all this. How do I get... There we go. There's a secret to all this. Final Fantasy for NES. It's not an action game. There's not a single action in the entirety of Final Fantasy. Not once in the entirety of Final Fantasy NES does the game ever say, you're about to die and you gotta press the button right now. All it ever does is say, you're about to die. You can't see it, but I'm just sort of like waving my hands a little, going like... That's it. It doesn't say press the button right now. It just says, you're about to die. And you just make with that what you will. It's not actioned at all. So yeah, we got it. I can do a VG Myths with my feet by doing an RPG. Yes, let's continue from nothing. Now there is one downside to this. You might notice that the screen is very dark. That's because for like Virtual Console, Nintendo is like, yeah, let's just make all the games really, really dark for no reason. Theoretically, it's like to reduce risk of like seizures from flashing lights and stuff that were in all these old games, and it was a very inelegant solution. But I think I'm just gonna fix that in post or something. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, this is actually a challenge run that I have wanted to do for a very, very long time. Which is just, I was gonna do a 4 white mages run originally. Basically only because there is a gag at the beginning of the Final Fantasy webcomic, 8-Bit Theater, very early on, where like, I think one of the characters is reading a magazine, and like, and they're going like, a team of 4 white mages? It'll never work. Which I was like, oh, that's fun. That's a fun little challenge run kind of thing, wouldn't it be? But then I found out people just do this with one character. So I can't do it with 4 white mages. I've got to do it with a single white mage. But I forgot to factor in, I need to name my characters. Why not play on an unofficial emulator? Game Champ has self-respect? No, that's not the reason why. I don't have any self-respect. It's just because just as a matter of, like, when I do a challenge run, I want to be playing the game. I don't want to be playing a decent approximation of the game. I want to be playing the game. So it's gotta be actually the game. It's a very anal thing, but like it has to be the game. It's not enough if it's only sort of the game. Anyways, I had names picked out. So this run I actually started Let's see. Now, all that... Now, it's gonna be the one in the 4th slot that needs to be the main character. Who I think I was just gonna do Chanpu. Oh my god! I've got a cut on my arm. I didn't even know. It's probably from Han. Jesus, Han, you've been scratching me. Huh. But yeah, so, okay, I was gonna do, one of them was gonna be dead and named Chanpu. The other ones were all named after VG Myths stuff. So let's see. One of them was... Now this one I had to really... Okay, here we go. Okay, so this one I know for definitely. Kurakuzu. Okay, and then oh wait, you know what? There was one that I wasn't so sure on, but there's one that should definitely be in here. Actually, wait. I should... General Klux is a general, and he's a chicken. So, what class should General Klux be? Not fighter, because fighter is already taken. Is General Klux a black belt? Because cuckoos, they are melee fighters. Right? Cuckoos fight entirely with their bare hands, in quotation marks. No. Yeah, I like that. I think Klux is a black belt. Unfortunately, they make you retype it every time if you like second guess their class. Kurakuzu. Here we go. No. Okay, now, there we go. Boo. Ra. Would Brad be like one of them extended dos, burado? Or would it just be burado? Burado. I guess it'd make most sense if it was just a regular do. Oh, that's fine. I'm not finding it. That's right. Burado. By the way, these names can only be 4 characters long, which makes a lot more sense with Japanese characters than it does with English. It's still pretty limited, but you can at least fit in some much more complex names. What is White Mage? White Mage will be me. I'm boring. I want to be Chanpu. But okay, so the other characters I had, I remember one of them was, it was the weirdest name. It was like Jifui, which was the closest I could get to Diffie with Japanese characters. Does anybody have any other ideas for VG Myths related names? Actually, by the way, Brad isn't actually technically VG Myths related. That was I'm just gonna tell you. You know what? That was the name of the fighter in in my Final Fantasy run when I just like played it on Retro Achievements and streamed it. Latte, that's right. Latte was one of them. I remember. Thank you. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Latte. So somebody who sits back a lot. Does Black Mage sit back a lot and drink a latte? Does Thief sit back a lot and drink a latte? I feel like the idea... I think I like the idea more of Black Mage sitting back and drinking a latte, just because, like, Black Mage doesn't, like, have a face, so I feel like the imagery is funnier. Latte. It's too bad you can't do katakana. I could do Rate? Rate! But no, just Rate. Okay, so we got Kurakusu, the monk. We got Burado, the fighter. We got Rate, the black mage. And this one's already decided. How did I spell it? Chanpu. Hello, Champ. How is it going? Are you talking to me or are you talking to Champ? Also, mystery solved. I was wondering, what is the monk actually called in Japanese? Because, like, they were called, like, I forget what... There's, like, another alternate name they were called in, like, English localizations. Like, I want to say Black Belt, but I think Black Belt was, like, the evolution. Oh, no, I think it was Black Belt was the unevolved, and then Master was evolved. Like, just Master. But yeah, that solves that. It's literally just said, Monku. So why did they change the name when it's literally just called Monk? Who knows? This was back in the days when English localizations were more art than science. Also, good morning. It's going good. I just started my White Mage solo run. So there is one quick thing we gotta do. You might notice that in this solo run, I seem to have a lot of people in my party. Unfortunately, there's no way to begin a file with only one character, so we're just gonna have to commit a few murders. In general, it is considered to be just like a valid solo run as long as only one character in your party has experience points at any point in time. So basically, we just gotta get these other assholes to die as painfully as possible. So what we do is we go in here and we get a stick. Let's go poke the walrus with the stick, dagnabbit. So we give sticks to everybody. I forget what White Mage can equip, because White Mage can actually equip an actual weapon. Oh, Hanma, that's right. There we go. And then we'll also want a little bit of def. I'm pretty sure only thing I can equip is this, which is just like cloth. Then make sure they're equipped. Well, no, we don't want them to equip their sticks, but I would like White Mage to equip her Hanma. And her cloth. There we go. Okay, so that's set up. I'm a little bit worried because I just saw it seemed like my character like sort of wiggled a little. I'm worried there might be something going on with my controller. Theoretically, that shouldn't be happening though. Anyway, way NES Final Fantasy 1 works. You save the game when you sleep at an inn or with a like tent or something like that on the overworld. So after making those purchases, we save the game. And now we go commit a few murders. So now you might have noticed, Gamer Champ, why did you put Chanpu in the back row? First off, we're using those sticks we gave everybody. We use them as items in battle. Guess what they do in battle? They don't. So basically we're making everybody waste their turns. And then you might also be wondering, so why is White Mage in the last row? Shouldn't White Mage be in the first row, since like they're the character you're soloing in this solo run? Fun fact about Final Fantasy for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's the meme from the Metroid episode. Nothing in this game works. Absolutely, literally zero of it was programmed correctly. Which will make the video very fun, let me tell you. But the cool thing is, it's programmed on duct tape. Yes, on duct tape. In ways that you can actually take advantage of in some ways. One of those ways is the party member in the 4th slot is least likely to be attacked for some reason. I'm not sure what the actual like stats are, but it very much seems to be the case that enemies just really love attacking people up above, and when they and the people who are down lower in the slots, they don't really like to attack them very much. It is worth noting that's a probability thing, and so this run is probably a failure already. We are not going to get this run set up on our first try. My headcanon is that the rest of the party absolutely berated White Mage to heal them all the time. So the White Mage decided to let them die in the first battle before she's even got any spells. You know, I don't blame her. Good. General Klux is dead. Honestly, I should just reset now. There's no way that Chanpu is surviving this. Do you speak Japanese, or do you just know the game really good? I know enough Japanese to get around in combination with I know the game decently. Okay, so I probably should have started attacking them early. Yep, there we go. Boop. Boop. But yeah, cool thing, all the prep is already done, so like we can get back into battle super quick. So while everybody is dying painfully and horribly, I'll mention this is not my first attempt at this run. I started this actually like a couple months ago. Uh, but then, like, I was doing it with my hands, and I realized, oh wow, that even just doing an RPG is still hurting my hands. Like, this isn't working out. And so I sort of put it on hold. And then I got my foot controller, and I wasn't ready to, like, try actually doing this run with my feet yet. I didn't even realize it would be possible to get this fight stick working on the Wii U. But I like to like actually have fun while I was in hell, the hell of not using my hands. I started actually doing solo runs of Final Fantasy I on Retro Achievements, because Retro Achievements actually has a subset, which is like solo runs. There are achievements. Like there's 10 achievements for every class in this set, which is very fun, grindy grinds. I like grinds like that. And so I actually like started doing runs with my feet. My feet muscles have gotten trained a lot since then. It originally was like I could only do this for even like half an hour, and then my feet were yelling at me, and I was like, yeah, I should probably not do this for too long sessions. But now my feet are doing great, and I can do it like almost all day. But anyways, while I was doing that, I realized I messed up a bit because I didn't really understand the game well enough when I first started this run, because it was the first time I played the game in years, and I'd never actually tried a solo run before. But now I've done a couple separate solo runs. I understand a bit more about the game and what you'd want to do in a solo run to like really oh, whoops! No, you don't attack. You stick. But in particular, I just didn't min-max my level ups correctly when I was doing the game originally, because I was actually following some guides. And the guide said, oh, you should probably min-max your stats a little bit when you level up sometimes. You know, no big deal. And also, they didn't really specify which stats you should be min-maxing very much. They said, oh, vitality's pretty good. Attack's pretty good. You know, you should probably min-max a little bit. And I was a little, okay, so just a little bit. And I did not min-max my stats anywhere near enough like I should have been. And in fact, I even min-maxed incorrectly, because there is stuff that you need to know when you are min-maxing your stats in Final Fantasy about these stats, because duct tape. Just let me tell you duct tape. I will tell you about the duct tape when we get to a level up screen. Okay, I am at the point I just have to wait for Fighter to die. I killed everybody but one so that I could win the battle in the end. Because running away is a bit risky. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the video. I feel like I have to bring duct tape back, but at the same time, I think it worked as a joke because it was all localized within that one singular video. Okay, one more and we can end it. Unfortunately, there were 4 goblins here, so we will not be leveling up. You need a full party of 5 goblins to level up your first level. Well, that's actually a good thing, because that means that we can actually get the... We can actually save the game before our first level up and min-max it. This is getting a little bit worrying, too. Oh my god, okay. I think it's been long enough to bring the joke back. It's not so much about it being long enough. It's more just I've got to bring it back in a way that's funny. I can't just like go, "Hey everybody, duct tape," and then just light up the big laugh sign. There we go. Brad is dead. All my friends are dead. Okay, now we can save. I've also got to write in my notes this timestamp for the recording. 30 minutes into the recording. Okay, at 30 minutes in, all of my friends are dead. By the way, yes, I am actually typing with my hands. I can't do it long term, but I can do it enough to type notes. And I gotta say, I'm a lot more comfortable with it than I was recently. I am still healing. I continue to get better every day. It is a long process, but it is a process that is occurring. How quickly can you finish the game usually? In those solo runs that I did on Retro Achievements, fun fact about Retro Achievements, they let you do fast forward. There is no rules against using fast forward. Like, the policy is, well, fast forward only makes the game easier and, like, it allows you to be impatient. It doesn't technically make the game harder in an input way, which I will argue that patience is a skill. It is the most valuable skill that I have. But I absolutely am going to take advantage of it if it's not against the rules. Also, very conveniently, they do actually, if you're the only party member left, like, all dead party members get shifted to the bottom. So, I will actually be in the top slot the rest of the run. Amazing! That's incredible luck. Think about how many hits that I survived in that first battle. Oh, one thing also that really helps for Final Fantasy is you don't have to mash buttons to attack things. I am just resting my foot on the A button right now. And just whenever my turn comes up, it just goes, what do you want to do? And then attack, and then the first target. Just does it automatically. I came here expecting a team of 4 white mages. Aha! Nope. That was the original plan, but then I found out that people were more hardcore than I expected, so I had to be at least as hardcore. It is worth noting, I do want to note, I wiffle-waffled on this a bit. It is generally agreed that the hardest solo run is with a thief, because the thief is the worst class in this game by far. And they just have, like, way less options than the white mage does. However, I still decided to do white mage solo run because, like I said earlier, the 4 white mages run is the one that I've wanted to do since I was a kid. So rather than going for the one that is explicitly the hardest, I want to go for the one which is, you know, the one I always wanted to do. So a little bit of a compromise there. Though, of course, I am still at least not doing 4 white mages, just one singular white mage. Also, a healer solo run is conceptually funner. Yeah, funnier. Yeah, it does sound funnier to begin with, and it sounds harder to begin with. Because you think, what? A white mage? Then how do you even deal damage to anything? Turns out there's tricks you can do. And turns out the thief is a lot worse at dealing damage to things. So anyways, yeah, this is basically, this is going to be my life for the next few hours. This stream is not going to last that long. So, you've seen all of the actual content of this stream already. Basically, at this point in the game, I am too weak to do anything. So I've got to grind against goblins. Just grind and grind against goblins until I get some level ups in. Okay, we're definitely going to win now. There's no way I'm dying. There we go. Now I want to point out. Okay, so we're gonna level up. Yay. Okay. I leveled up strength, agility, my chi says. I'm gonna assume that's vitality. Level up my Kokons. I think that's luck. Oh wait, no, was chi say magic? I don't think I leveled up vitality. I need 5 level ups. Chisei is intelligence. Okay, I didn't level up vitality. Or did I? I need to level up strength, defense, and vitality in every single level up. I definitely did not. So, here is a strat that is very important to this run. My mom called. She is very happy that I am streaming with my feet. What was that? Oh, yeah. Oh god, the level up benefits are random? Yep. You do indeed have to min-max all your level ups. What I was saying before, I didn't min-max my level ups enough when I first did this run. And that's a big part of why I have completely reset and I'm starting from scratch. But yeah, anyways, yeah, Chisei was intelligence. I wanna quiz everybody. I wanna quiz everybody. Hey, what do you think intelligence does? What do you think the intelligence stat does in Final Fantasy for the Nintendo Entertainment System? Intelligence makes your intelligence stat go up. Well, yeah, but that doesn't count. Smarter? I wouldn't say so. Give more MP? No. Nothing? You got it! You figured it out! The intelligence stat in Final Fantasy for the NES doesn't do anything. It's not a thing that the game does. Just ignore it. The way MP in this game works, you just get MP slots, you get magic slots on like your different level magics, sort of D&D style. You just sort of get them at different level intervals. It doesn't matter what your intelligence stat is at all. Damage? Damage is just a set random number between 2 numbers for each spell. It doesn't do intelligence. There's no... Intelligence doesn't do equations. It's just not. But then why does it exist? I mean, why do you expect me to know the answer to that? So yeah, whenever you're min-maxing your stats while leveling up, contrary to anything you could possibly expect, the intelligence stat is totally useless for a white mage. And or any other class. So just ignore it. It doesn't matter if it goes up or not. I think it's probably guaranteed to go up as a white mage, though. Every single level, so you don't have to worry about not min-maxing it. It will not min-max itself for you. Okay, let's see if we get this. Okay, Chikara? Actually, Chikara might not... So that's... I think that's... I'm not sure if Chikara is strength or defense. Chisei, intelligence. Oh! Tairyoku! That's it. Okay, Kokon is luck. Tairyoku is vitality, I think. So I think intelligence comes before luck. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I got five stat bonuses there, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. So I have leveled up. Now we do it again. This time it will be slightly easier. Just very, very slightly. So yeah, and doing it on Retro Achievements with Fast Forward was way easier because, remember how I was saying I just hold the A button and I automatically attack things? Put on Fast Forward and this battle will be done instantly. You can just wiggle the D-pad while holding the A button, and you will just constantly get in battles and attack everything, and then get in battles and attack everything, and it just keeps happening over and over and over. I feel like asking what works in this game is a shorter list than what doesn't. Possibly not an exaggeration. Like, if you actually, like do a list of mechanics, then genuinely, like, it'd be pretty difficult to find a mechanic that is not in some way wonked. Okay, I just want to double check status. Okay, 124 experience points. It's maximum 30 experience per battle. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to waste a decent bit of cash at first, healing in the inn, because experience is equal to the gold gil you get from goblins. I'm sorry, I'm used to the English version where they didn't know what gil was. But, like, basically, unless we kill a full 5 goblins in a trip, then we are losing money on the inn. It's not the biggest deal, though, because we will pass the threshold where we're able to win 2 battles before the inn trip. Pretty quickly. Like, we're already... Like, this is... like, we're faring significantly better just from that one level up. Probably a bad question, but would you consider doing a Kingdom Hearts Bunch of Days /2 or Kingdom Hearts Recoded level 1 run? That is the plan. I am doing every single game in the franchise level 1. That has always been the plan. Every single game in the franchise release order. Except for the ones that are lost media. I'm unfortunately not going to be doing those level 1. Good luck on the crazy run. Although compared to the rest you've done, this is probably more tame than most. Oh yeah, absolutely. This is something that people do like for funsies, like all the time. This barely even counts as a challenge run. This is more just a leisurely walk. And it's an RPG. You just level up a lot. But I think it will be fun to talk about in the video, which is the most important. I'm already having fun talking about it just to begin with. Oh, this doesn't look good. Maybe we've got to get lucky. Oh my god! Oh my god? Nah! I thought I was gonna be lucky. Have you heard of retro achievements? You must have gotten here just now, didn't you? Yeah, no, I love retro achievements. I did a bunch of solo runs of Final Fantasy on retro achievements we were talking about. Well, yeah, that's how it works. Unfortunately, it is impossible to do a 0.2 level 1 run since you start at around level 40. Yeah, but you get an EXP 0, so like there's still a level 1-ish run in there. Oh, but I got plans for 0.2, just to wait. I got plans. I hope I still got plans. I would like it if I could play video games again. That'd be nice. Okay, that was 30. Good. Is Zodiac Aqua in those plans? I have absolutely no idea what that means, but I mean, if you're talking about a thing that's in a video game, then yes, it's going to be in the video if it's part of the video game. Okay, 70s. I've still got like at least 3 more. Me. So, how about them Cubs? I've been playing RuneScape. Oh, I am now a 1-year paid member in RuneScape. So Necromancy came out, and apparently it's a thing in RuneScape that whenever a skill comes out, the economy just explodes as all the super duper incredibly rich players are just like, I don't want to have to play the game. And then they just like spend their oodles and oodles of riches on items they could very easily get themselves. But instead they're just like, I'm just going to pay 100 million gold for this item that I'm just too lazy to reach down and pick up. So I was the person who was like, I'll pick it up for you. And so I just kept picking up those things that were really, really easy to pick up and getting like a bajillion gold every time I did it. Why do you have a full party of actual people instead of just 4 white mages? Because I wanted to have a lively party of individuals. I wanted to have a lively party of individual corpses. Honestly, I thought you'd just do an April Fool's video on 0.2. I have friggin' plans. I really hope those plans actually end up being a thing. Because I've been really excited for it, like, ever since in the middle of making the KH2 video, I got this idea. Oh, I still haven't leveled up yet. Days is the game that introduces the best character. No, Caterpillar was in VCast. Is a strategy for this just to reach level 100? No, absolutely not. That would be impossible. The highest level is 50. So yes, the strategy for this is to just reach level 50. However, that's not the only strategy, because just reaching level 50 doesn't, like... It's not a win button. You still have to strategize. Okay, this has got to be level up. There we go. Okay. Strength. Agility. Intelligence. And vitality! Cool. We did not get luck, but we do not need luck. Guess what luck does, by the way. Just guess what luck does. Literally nothing? No, it doesn't do literally nothing. However, it does almost nothing. You see, luck, it factors into an equation which determines your success rate when you try to, like, run away from a battle. Which is all well and good, but they did the equation wrong? I don't really know the exact specifics of it, but the run equation was done in a way where, like, it's actually looking at incorrect numbers, and it actually ends up looking at different numbers based on which party member, like which slot they're in, that's attempting to run away. It's really weird. So I think luck does factor in some party member slots, but not in others. But you don't really need to worry about it, because in general, I think luck does factor into party slot 1 in some way. But party slot 1, like, it doesn't really matter much, because at about level 16, something like that, is what the guides were telling me. At around there, you will reach the point where it is literally impossible to fail running away, unless you are in a battle in which running away is disallowed explicitly. So basically just grind a little bit, and you will reach the point where you can always run away if you want to. And of course, if it's possible to run away, theoretically. Hey, Kairi is also a character in Melody of Memory. You even get to pretend you're playing as her. Do dead characters still count as their original slot, or do they shift over? They shift over. Look, White Mage is in slot 1. Yeah, it's just like they're different slots. They're different slots. Is she though? I think so. I think I'm in slot 1. Now you're making me second guess. See current business. Yeah, I didn't write the current business. You're not gonna find out anything. Is your goal to level up a bit or just power through the game with potential exploits for bosses? I mean both, I guess. There's not really quote-unquote potential exploits for bosses in Final Fantasy 1. In Final Fantasy 1, bosses are just enemies with a bit more health. So same general strategy applies. Can you check if you are in slot 1? I mean, I don't know how to check. I don't know any more way to check other than looking. Oh, but yeah, but I was saying about RuneScape. Yeah, I bought I did the dirty work of all the millionaires, or rather billionaires, or rather trillionaires, and now I purchased with the in-game bond things. I have never spent a single penny on RuneScape, and I never will because that's cheating. I have purchased a year's membership. Because that's like the most cost-efficient way to do it. Like it's 20 bonds. If you spend each bond individually, they give you 14 days each. So 20 bonds for the year, mathematics that's 280 days that would have been for. As opposed to you get 365. But yeah, I have a year's membership on RuneScape now. And I'm pretty sure I have enough cash right now on me that I could buy 20 more bonds. I'm decently set in RuneScape to not run out of membership ever again, as long as I actively play the game a little bit. Yeah, I know, right? It is ludicrous how bad Kairi, like how bad they handled her in Melody of Memory, the game where she is ostensibly the one and only player character. Yeah, I love Melody of Memory, but it's got missed potential. Like why only 4 sets of player characters? And also they are a specific 4 sets of player characters, and there's no min-maxing like you can't choose who's in which slot or anything like that. There's no alternate skins for those characters. And also, none of them are the main character. Isn't she literally on the box art? Yeah, of course, because she's the main character. She's the main player character of this video game. Would be nice to play as her. Yeah, the entirety of Melody of Memory is, without getting into spoilers, but it is like a direct sequel to Kingdom Hearts 3, and if you've played Kingdom Hearts 3, all of it, you can't just skip the DLC. If you've played all of Kingdom Hearts 3, then you know exactly what is happening in Melody of Memory when you go into it. But the least spoilery thing I can that can be said about that is Kairi is reliving the events of all of the prior games. She is memorizing them among melodies, you might say. Which doesn't make any sense because she wasn't even there for like 99% of the events depicted, but you know, the way Kingdom Hearts works, genuinely, she remembers through her heart because her heart is connected to people who do actually have those memories. I did my research on Kingdom Hearts. Gotta be honest, I never went back to play the DLC. I didn't want to play the DLC without replaying the game and I can't do it. I despise that game. I wish I didn't. Shay, I don't know if this will convince you or not, but when I played Kingdom Hearts 3, when I played it at launch, on launch day, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was that great. I was pretty disappointed. After the DLC came out, I replayed the game all the way through. I think it gives Kingdom Hearts 2 a run for its money, and I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of the best video games ever made. That DLC did astronomical loads for Kingdom Hearts 3. Not just the DLC parts themselves, the actual main game of Kingdom Hearts 3 is a way, way, way more fun game. Thanks to the pro codes. They added these things called pro codes, which are like, they make the game harder in specific ways when you turn them on. And you are required, if you want like max completionism, to beat every single boss in the game with every single pro code turned on. I will say, it's not an elegant way to make the game fun, because you know what the pro codes do? They turn off all of the game's mechanics. So my big thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 was like, the game felt like it practically played itself. I was just looking at a bunch of flashing lights as enemies automatically died, because you just have super move after super move after super move after super move. You have 15 dozen super moves, and the game spams you with access to these super moves. You can never not be doing a super move that clears the entire room. And I wish they'd worked out a way that those super moves were still in the game, but like balanced. But I can't deny that when you ban the super moves by turning on the pro codes, it is 50,000 times more fun than if you don't turn them off. So, potato, Xehanort. But yeah, it's also not just that. It also makes the bosses way, way harder because they also add on stuff like the really big one that I think completely changes the game is no healing magic or potions. No healing magic or items. You turn off healing magic and items if you're doing all pro codes. You are required to if you want the max score. If you want the maximum possible score, if you're a true completionist, you have to not be able to heal. Sort of. There's the fun part. It's only a sort of. Kingdom Hearts 3 with the pro codes is so good. It's so good. I cannot wait to do that video. I haven't done every game in the series yet, but let me tell you, the level 1 run I did of Kingdom Hearts 2 was not as hard as a completely normal, casual 100% run of Kingdom Hearts 3. No self-imposed restrictions whatsoever, other than true completionism. I needed the max merit score, which you do by having all pro codes turned on during the bosses. I do not consider that self-imposed. That is, the game tells you to do it. The game tells you that you have not finished the game if you have not done it. It is a thing you have to do. And it is hard as heck. Do you need to New Game Plus the game to do pro code things? Nope, it is accessible with a fresh save file. It is actually a thing, like, in the beginning of the game when it's doing, like, the character building questions. They, like, added on a question with the patch that's just like, hey, would you like the game to be stupid and normal? Would you like it to be even easier than it's supposed to be? Or would you like to 100% the game? Pick one of these 3 options. Technabit. Look, I never said I'd play the game perfectly with my feet, okay? I haven't seen you stream in forever. Yeah, I haven't streamed in forever. I've been worked like a dog by my employer. My employer's an asshole. I can't stay long, but I hope you're doing well and good luck with this run. I'm doing okay. Thank you for the good luck, Ifrit. $67. Okay, so 3 more battles. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna save. I vaguely recall the bottom screen being important in Days, so it might be awkward to port it. From what I remember, Days did not do anything with the 2 screens that could not be very easily ported. Like, from what I recall, it was all very, like, superfluous. Like, you could easily do it with buttons or just, like, a pause menu. Like, let me put it this way. They ported The World Ends With You. They failed at it completely, but they did it anyway. You mean 358 days? I think the bottom screen was just a map. Yeah, you can absolutely get a map to work on a single screen. I think it's been done before, in fact. God, I'm gonna die. God, I'm gonna die. Ah. I hope you do make your Twooey final mix vid someday. That sounds like a winner. You mean just like a straight hour of me going, Twooey's a good game. Friggin' final remix, Nintendo Switch, bad game. Good game over here. Good game. Bad game? Bad game on Nintendo Switch. Because that's gonna be it. I ain't gonna have that much more to say. I actually have been considering an idea for like a random filler video I could do without having to put too much time into it or actually play any video games for is like top 10 video games ever made. And of course Twooey would be in there. Wow, Jesus. Also, I gotta be right back. Good morning. What'd I miss? Also, yeah, it's super messed up that they didn't actually ever, like, port Days or Coded. Especially because, like, 90% of the story in Days is, like, not in the cutscene compilation. Coded, I think you can actually just watch the cutscenes and still get the full story out of it, pretty much. But, like, Days, like, there's so much that is just not there. Not to mention, it always needs to be stated that I think it's much more effective emotionally to play a boss fight rather than watch two characters go, "We are going to battle, and it is going to be a battle to the death!" And then it just fades to black, and then it fades in, and they go, "I really felt all those emotions while we were battling." Good morning, Power of Friendship. I missed your videos? Yeah, I miss my videos too. I think that even if they were just going to do a cutscene adaptation, they could have done a much better job at the in-between stuff. Yeah, I feel like the best middle ground that like, assuming they're not going to the thing is, literally just including those little in-between conversations with the text boxes and stuff would have been awkward to begin with, no matter what. Also, thank you for the subscription, Power of Friendship. It would have been awkward to just include those outright, and it just does a 2-second clip of, "Hey, Roxas, go get him." But I feel like what they, like, the best compromise they could have done to make it still feel like you're watching a story unfold is if they just made completely new cutscenes that actually showed every single organization member doing things and interacting with each other and Roxas in interesting ways. Which, like, that'd be work. Like they did with Back Cover? Well, no, because Back Cover was just a movie. That was just a movie. Oh no. Oh my god. I have to explain this every single time. Back Cover is not a cutscene compilation of Key. It has some cutscenes from Key in it. Just like a couple of them as a little bonus little treat. 90% of it is completely original. It's just an original movie. It's just a Kingdom Hearts movie that they made. I know that. I did play that. Thank God. Because it happens so often that everybody is just like, so when they were doing the HD collections, they did these cutscene compilations. They did cutscene compilations of the 2 DS games and of the mobile game. And there are at least 3 separate things that are wrong with that sentence. The 3 things are: 1, there's not only one mobile game. 2, they didn't do a cutscene compilation. 3, I know there's a third one, but I can't think of it right now. Strength. Ah, we didn't get agility. We didn't get agility or vitality, so... Bop. I think your mic is popping a bit. Awesome. Great. I love it. The third thing, I guess, would be that the back cover doesn't really take place within the mobile timeline. It actually takes place more in the key timeline than the Unchained Key timeline. I cannot explain what that means until you play the games. But I will tell you, if you only played Unchained/Union and you didn't play Vanilla Key, you missed some stuff. Go back and play Key. By the way, Key is lost media, so good luck with that. Okay, strength. Intelligence. I did get vitality, though. I think I started playing during Unchained because I didn't learn about its existence until then. Not during Unchained. I'm saying you have to play Key. Not Unchained. You have to play Key. Not Unchained Key. You have to play Key. Not Union Key Cross. You have to play Key. I'm just gonna say it because it is impossible. It's impossible to talk about this without spoiling it. So I'm just gonna say, spoilers for Kingdom Hearts Key and Unchained Key. Okay? Okay? Everybody okay that there are spoilers for Key and Unchained Key? Unchained Key is not a remake of Key. It is a direct sequel to Key. It pretends to be a remake, but it is in fact a sequel. There we go. It is explained. Things make a bit more sense now. Yeah, exactly. So the really, really big thing is, so, screw it, I'm just gonna explain it. Because, like, it happens so often that people don't get this, even after playing Unchained, because they just never played Key and they don't have the context. Unchained Key is a direct sequel in which the main character of Key is reliving their memories with a critical difference. And that is why when you reach the end of the parts of original Key, the events don't happen. Like, the ending of Key does not happen in Unchained. Because the entire premise is that the player character is reliving like an altered version of events, where the alteration is specifically that the ending doesn't happen. Yeah, I'm sad because, like, friggin' nobody gets that, and it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing, and I love it. Like, it like actually treats, it actually treats the original game with respect instead of just being like, oh, let's just throw away the original game. Let's just get rid of it, throw it in the trash, and just make a better game instead. No, you can't. It's still canon. It's still its own canon game, completely separate. Dagnabbit. Was that why there were all those Keyblade War cutscenes that never amounted to anything? Well, here's the thing. That's why the Keyblade War doesn't happen in Unchained. Because the Keyblade War was the finale of Key. That's the part that the player character is explicitly unremembering. So whenever you're seeing Keyblade War stuff in Unchained, you are seeing flashbacks. It's not that they didn't amount to anything. It's that they are talking about a past occurrence in the plot. The amounting already happened. Is there a reason Gaston was in Key and not in KH2? Because Gaston, if he were ever in like full on like 3D, he could not be processed by our pitiful computing powers of home consoles. It is only they were only able to capture an approximation of Gaston in 2D. That's the only way they could do it, by stylizing an approximation of him in 2D. Game Champ, big fan. Yeah, I am a huge fan of Gaston. No one Gastons like Gaston. Kingdom Hearts lore does make sense, but you have to have played all the games, and that's not technically possible. It's not even technically possible, it's just literally impossible. We have several games which are 100% canon and 100% required to play, which are lost media. Ah, missed Vitality. So you might be thinking that this is way worse odds than it was the past couple level ups. That is true, because Final Fantasy, like, there are actually like different tiers of level ups, like at certain milestones where like certain specific stat ups are guaranteed. So basically, I'm just not being guaranteed the stat ups. Like, I think I'm guaranteed a strength stat on this level, because I don't think I've ever not gotten the strength stat at least. But on this level, I am not guaranteed agility or vitality. So that's why it's going much worse. Also, thank you for the subscription, Josh. It's not even on abandonware sites. The two games that I'm talking about that are 100% canon and 100% required to play are Kingdom Hearts Key and Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key / Union Key Cross. Both of those games were entirely server-based. So the moment they shut down their servers, the game ceased to exist. Okay, I guess I have to be completely honest. It's technically not impossible, capital I, impossible, to play those games anymore. There are probably fan servers. No, they're unless somebody is going to surprise me with some super cool fun facts. They were running those games in such a way where like fan servers just either can't be done or they're just too difficult to do. But no, there just aren't. There are not fan servers for Key or Unchained Key. There just aren't. It's not true. But anyways, what I was saying, it is technically possible to play those games still. Probably. Because you can just go raid Square's HQ and find the original game files yourself and bring the server back up online manually. Good luck. Oh, yay! We got the stats. I thought they kept an offline version up so that you can get the story. So, Unchained Key / Union Key Cross is still quote-unquote playable. They did do a patch so that it works offline. But there's a little bit of a caveat. There's a tiny caveat in it. So they patched out a little bit of the game's gameplay. So originally when you would play a level, you would like go into the level and you'd run around and you'd fight Heartless and stuff. And there would be like, you'd touch the screen to make your character do things. In the patched version of the game, there's a list of cutscenes and you click on a cutscene. You can also change your character's appearance. So it's not entirely the same game anymore. And the best part is, it doesn't even work as a cutscene compilation. It has every single cutscene in the game, but it does not work as a cutscene compilation. You know why? They did not organize the cutscenes by story order. They organized the cutscenes by location in which the cutscene takes place. So if you just watch the cutscenes as they're listed, you'll just make giant jumps in the game's story. Because guess what? Sometimes cutscenes take place in different locations, and then they go back to the same location later. I'm serious! That's really strange. I'm pretty sure the reason for it is they didn't like make a new cutscene viewer. There was already a cutscene viewer in the game, and that's just how the cutscene viewer that was already in the game worked. Which sort of worked originally, sort of. It was not ideal, but it sort of made a little bit of sense. Because if you wanted to just watch the cutscenes in order, you could just play the game again by playing all the missions again. But you can't do that anymore! Some cutscenes aren't even... It doesn't even have all the cutscenes! You're joking! You're joking! It's not even a complete cutscene compilation?! Unchained Zero and the thing about the Dark Portal mission gone. The recreated events where nothing happened, double gone. I don't really understand what you're talking about. I don't remember enough to know what that means. Are these parts of the actual in-game story, or were these like... Are these things that were like DLC bonus mission things? Cause like Unchained / Union, they had like, there was like the main story, but then there was also like bonus missions that were in a separate menu. I'm not gonna risk it. If I reach the point where I run out of gil, and at that point I'll start going for 2 wins per in trip. Hey, Miss Champ, 2 stream ago, I asked how out of 10 your hand sealing process is going. Has that number went up from 3? I'd say it's a 5 now, probably. Maybe even 6? I don't know. I don't know if I should go that high because I still can't really use them, but they are doing so much better. Like, I can do so much more with my hands without them hurting at all. Which is a big deal. Oh, also, good morning, Wolfman. Thank you for the raid. Good morning, Wolfman's friends. God, I was thinking about getting into Kingdom Hearts, but this sounds impossible to get into. Just watch YouTube playthroughs of Key and Unchained Key / Union Key Cross. There are YouTube playthroughs out there. And you'll be good. Don't worry about it. Like, obviously it's not ideal. It would be recommended to just play them, but barring that, considering it is literally impossible, mostly impossible. Like, just watch YouTube playthroughs. It's worth it. And don't worry, you only have to do that for 2 games. Dark Road, they were polite enough. Dark Road is actually still playable offline. They did actually patch it in a way that kept it playable. They kept it a video game. It's not even worth it after 2FM? Whoa! Whoa, 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 wait, go back. Not worth it after 2FM. Birth by Sleep is after 2FM. What you talking about? Bunch of Days is after 2FM. What you talking about? Recoded is after 2FM. Okay, you can skip that one. Thrud is after 2FM. What you talking about? Fragmentary Passage is after 2FM. It's not a very big game, but it's a good one. It's the only one with clothing customization. I remember being excited. I am so mad. I was actually, like, excited playing Fragmentary Passage and being like, oh wow, you can actually, like, wear custom outfits and stuff. That's so cool. That's so neat. I mean, it's really limited here, but obviously it will be there will be much more to it in Kingdom Hearts 3. Duh! How good is the clothing customization? It's not even very good. It's literally just you could wear cat ears. No, wait, mouse ears. Probably both. You can turn Aqua into a furry. That's it. That's all you can do with the clothing customization. Total missed opportunity that I can't turn Sora into a furry. You could do that in Kingdom Hearts 2. You could turn Sora into a furry in Kingdom Hearts 2. But Kingdom Hearts 3? I guess it's just not high tech of a game enough. Mouse ears and cat ears are both good. Wait, they're both there in the game, or are you saying that? Are you saying they're just good in general? How do the Kingdom Hearts devs remember that Mickey was shirtless in one cutscene, but not that Roxas was Sora's nobody and didn't have a heart? All I have to say to that is make sure you play all of the games. There is critical information that you have missed if you think that that is a thing that was forgotten. Now, not to say that maybe you did play all the games and just missed the critical information, because God knows there's a lot of it, but the games do explain what I think is the thing that you're getting at. Jim, may I ask why there is a reason you chose the White Mage? Or is it just because it's worse solo? Because there's a gag in the webcomic 8-Bit Theater near the beginning where one character is like reading a magazine and goes, "Party of 4 white mages, it'll never work." It was a funny joke, and I've always wanted to do a 4 white mage run. You might notice on the screen that there is a lack of 4 party members. Some of them are a bit corpsey. The run changed a bit, and it got a little bit reworked. You get cat ears and mouse ears. Okay, okay. So you can be several variants of furry. I will not take gatekeeping furries in my chat. All furries are furry. Except if they're like reptiles, I guess. They're furry in spirit. What about birds? Birds have hair. It's just, feathers are hair. I hate everybody's always like, birds, look at how not having hair they are. Look at all those feathers. Look, if you touch a feather, it's all fluffy. You can't tell me that's not just basically fur. Would it be harder to manage 4 white mages? Well, I mean, it would be objectively better because you could literally just ignore 3 of the white mages and then just only actively use 1 of them, and you'd still be better off because then you'd have cannon fodder. Feathers are smooth like sharks. Sharks aren't smooth. They're very reckless creatures. Are there any glitches you're excited for in the run? Oh yeah, I'm really excited for when I reach like level 16 and I'm guaranteed to run away from runawayable battles. I think that'll be a very great glitch for me to take advantage of. So what's the whole shtick of the White Mage? The White Mage uses white magic? That'd be like healing spells? That'd be like spells that specialize in damaging the undead? Some like defensive stuff? Good morning, Tom. My day be okay. Actually, Japanese for once is not just because of like I like to play in the game's original language. It is genuinely that. Final Fantasy 1 has not gotten a release on modern platforms in English, like friggin' at all. This right here is the most recent release of Final Fantasy 1. It is the only version that is on a console that outputs via HDMI. No, remakes don't count, for the record. I know somebody's out there is going to be, but remakes. I'm thirsty. I'm out of water. I don't think I can go get water while the button is held down. I could try and slide the fight stick across the floor, but I don't think it's reaching to my kitchen. Then go get water? Don't tell me what I can and go do. Can you pause? Don't ask me what I can and can't do. What's the worst Final Fantasy game you've ever played? I've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I liked all of those. So I guess 3. I think 3 is the one that I have liked the least. Like, I like all of them, but I think 3 is the one that's... It felt the most like a chore. I don't think 3 has anywhere near as much going for it as 1, 2, 4, or 10. I find the FF1 remakes to be pretty weird, since it feels like they've Ship of Theseus the whole game. That is a pretty... yeah. When it comes to Final Fantasy remakes, they have... like, it is very much a Ship of Theseus situation. Like, obviously the first remake is just definitely a different game. Right out of the gate. But then every subsequent remake is mostly the prior remake, but then they, like, change up some stuff. And they kept doing that with every single subsequent remake. So this is just a grinding session right now. You say right now, as if this will ever change. I will ignore the fact that 6, 7, 8, and 9 were skipped. They weren't skipped exactly. I played 10 when I was a child, and it was the first Final Fantasy game that I played. This was back before I was very insistent on playing games in release order. So I didn't actively skip anything. It's just that happened to be the video game that was at the store. And that's it. That's as much thought as was put into it. That was the video game that was at the store that I thought the box art looked cool. 10-2 was the first one I played, then 10. Oh dear God. I did actually touch Final Fantasy X. I didn't include any games, so I didn't actually do a full playthrough. I have technically touched Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy X-2. 10-2, unfortunately, I didn't really give it a proper chance because I was approaching it as like I didn't want to miss anything. And it seems that 10-2 is designed such that you sort of are required to do a ton of playthroughs of it to actually truly complete it. Because they do some wild stuff, like, for completionism. Like, right at the beginning of the game, they do this thing where, like, I think it's something like there's this required item in a shop in the very first area, and every time you enter and exit the shop, like, the item becomes more expensive, and if you enter the shop too many times, then they stop selling the item and you're locked out of 100%? Or something like that? It's so weird. And that's, like, just in the first area, before you even start playing the game. They throw this, like, gigantic, missable curveball. And also, I already know, like, that there is a best ending. And yes, you get locked out of the best ending if you miss any of the missables. That's cruel. Yeah, but I mean, I think probably the reason for that is it's probably a game that you are expected to replay a lot and, like, figure out what to do after many playthroughs. I think that's the idea. But I was looking at it as someone who was like, I don't want to miss anything. I want to play the game once and I'm done. And so, of course, that made the game incredibly boring because I was just looking at a guide and following a guide's exact directions. Hey Champ, you ever play the Doom games? I have played Doom 1 and Doom 2. And I have played several different ports of Doom 1 and Doom 2. One of these days I'll play Doom 3, but haven't gotten there yet. I very much enjoy Doom. Doom is actually sort of also, I do want to know, it's sort of a special game series in that is like, that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head where I do not play it on the highest difficulty and I don't consider the highest difficulty required for 100% completion. Because the highest difficulty Nightmare is, it's like a special mode where the game is a completely different game when you play it. And also, critically, was not in the game originally. They patched it in when people were like, game isn't hard enough. And so then the devs were like, okay, I'll make some bullshit. And then they made some bullshit. Okay, Game Champ, when will you do a challenge run of a horror game? The Last of Us is right there. Dead Rising, I wouldn't call Dead Rising a horror game. Horror themed, but, you know, it's not really a horror game. But The Last of Us, absolutely a survival horror game. There's no arguments there. I get pushback on that. And I just disagree wholeheartedly. I just 100%, The Last of Us is a survival horror game. It has, like, all the trappings of the genre, gameplay-wise. And also the trappings, like, aesthetically. Like, it's a survival horror game. It just is. Just because the cutscenes don't necessarily go, ooh, spooky ghosts. Just because the cutscenes are more, like, emotional and heartfelt and stuff, doesn't make it suddenly not be a horror game. Come on. Did you ever watch Last of Us on HBO? No, but I've watched like 15 dozen videos about it, and I should probably stop that, because I've had basically the entire show spoiled for me. Yeah, it's definitely... They definitely, like, lean on the survival part of survival horror more for The Last of Us. But the horror is absolutely still there. Like, it's like, still the case that, like, your opponents, you're way outmatched for, and you have to, like, not engage them in direct combat. Like, that's absolutely a thing, which is a staple of survival horror. Heck, I'd argue it's more a thing in The Last of Us than it is in, like, Resident Evil. In Resident Evil, you really can just gun down every single enemy in the game, and you will have enough ammo to do that. They aesthetically sort of make you think you won't have enough ammo to do that, but if you actually, like, look at the ammo you've got and math it out, you can gun the entire game down and have ammo to spare. Champ, do you like math? Hate it with a passion. RE4 Remake doesn't give you enough ammo to gun everything down? I'm talking about, like, the survival horror Resident Evil games. I kind of doubt that Resident Evil 4 Remake doesn't give you enough ammo to gun everything down, but I mean, I don't know, maybe they did take that drastic of a leap. But, like, the original games, like, there is just a set number of ammo in the game. There is, like, you can shoot every bullet in the game if you just waste enough bullets. And then there's just not any bullets anymore. But as I was saying, that's not as big of a deal as it sounds. There is enough ammo to kill everything. Game Champ, you made it in many people's list of impossible things gamers did in video games, video type thingy. I'm proud of you. Thank you, but also I do not feel very proud of that, because every single time whenever I see any of those things, I look at it and they're like, this video gamer champ individual actually managed to beat Super Mario Odyssey without jumping. One of the easiest challenge runs I have ever done. It is incredibly simple and easy. You do not have to try. It's basically just a normal casual playthrough, but with, like, you press a different button and move slightly differently. Meanwhile, exactly the same video, they don't mention my Pokemon run, but then they're like, now get a load of this. Smallant managed to beat a Pokemon game without taking any damage. And I'm just like, goddamn. Goddamn. Also, thank you for the 100 bits, Feylord. Speaking of any chance of Gusk damageless? I don't have hands. I'm allowed to not. That's just gonna be my get out of challenge run free card from now on. But yeah, I just want to say, I am still, to my knowledge, the only person who has ever beaten a Pokemon game without getting hit. I don't think that many people have even tried. Freaking dagnabbit. Once again, no shade to Smallant. I just want to make it clear that he didn't beat the entire game. He did the saves. He got hit. He got hit and just said, no, take backsies. Or rather, he got hit and said, yes, take backsies. I'm going to do a take backsies on that. I'll let him know he's an alleged fraud. He's not an alleged fraud. He was completely upfront about it. That's the thing. It is entirely just like, it's just like the perception of like the public is that he did it. But no, he didn't. No. Also, thank you for the 100 bits, Faye, again. Different question. Would you be upset if someone else came in and did a Pokemon damageless? Without save scumming? I would friggin' applaud them to the friggin' high heavens. That'd be amazing. I don't even have hands and I'd be clapping. I would be so much happier if Smallant like beat a Pokemon game without getting hit. Without save scumming at all, just actually entire game, entire playthrough without getting hit, and then his video went viral just the same as it did, and my video just sat and only having 2 million views obscurity. I'd be way happier because at least like somebody who did it is like getting recognized for it. Like, the actual accomplishment is still ludicrous and amazing. And honestly, I think it's sort of a consequence of Smallant's run is why, like, nobody's doing, like, full game runs. They're like, all the variations that you see are people like working off of the small ant rules and going, yeah, I'm allowed to cheese it. It's fine. Also, did my phone go off and I missed it? It did, and I missed it. Well, Becca's home. Night-nights, everybody. Heart emojis. We'll never know what the next level up was going to be.